Deep in the heart of the Colorado Rockies, 7,500 feet above sea level, stands a massive bone-white structure with a scarlet roof that seems to watch the valley below with a cold, unblinking eye. To the casual tourist, the Stanley Hotel is a landmark of Edwardian luxury. To the horror fan, it is the birthplace of The Shining. But for those who have spent a night within its corridors, the Stanley is something else entirely. A living repository of the strange, dark, and mysterious. Imagine checking into your room after a long drive. You're tired, the mountain air is thin, and you just want to sleep. But as you close your eyes, you feel a cold force physically sliding between you and your partner, pushing you apart with a strength that shouldn't exist. You look toward the closet, and the door slowly creaks open. This isn't a movie. This is the reality of the Stanley, a place where the past doesn't just haunt the halls, it lives in them. The heartbeat of the hotel's paranormal activity pulses most violently in room 217. Its notoriety isn't just a marketing ploy. It is anchored in a real-world tragedy. In 1911, a massive gas leak resulted in a devastating explosion that nearly claimed the life of the head housekeeper, Elizabeth Wilson. She survived the blast, but many believe her spirit never truly left the job. Guests who stay in 217 today report experiences that are as meticulous as they are terrifying. They return to find their suitcases unpacked, their clothes neatly folded, and their shoes lined up in perfect spectral rows. But Elizabeth is a traditionalist. Reports frequently mention that unmarried couples feel an aggressive, icy presence attempting to force them out of bed, as if a ghost from a different era is still enforcing the moral codes of 1911. Is it a residual haunting, a playback of a traumatic memory, or is Elizabeth still clocking in for her shift a century later? If room 217 is the hotel's heart, the grand staircase is its nervous system. Investigators have identified a specific pocket of energy here known as the Vortex. It's a localized area of extreme spiritual pressure where the air feels heavy and the temperature drops without warning. Using surveillance Gothic technology like SLS cameras, which map human-shaped figures using infrared dots, investigators have captured what look like transparent entities standing on the landings, watching the guests below. Skeptics argue this is merely false positives from depth sensors, but they can't explain the physical sensations. Guests describe a feeling of being watched from the shadows of the staircase, a sense of heaviness that some attribute to infrasound, but others know as the architecture of dread, the feeling that the building itself wants you to leave. As night falls, the sounds of the Stanley change. The wind whistling through the Rockies is often joined by a melody that shouldn't be there. In the empty concert hall, the keys of the piano have been seen moving on their own, playing haunting classical arrangements. This is believed to be Flora Stanley, the wife of the hotel's founder, who was a devoted pianist in life. But there are other darker sounds. Disembodied voices, the laughter of children in the fourth-floor hallways where no children are staying, and the heavy footsteps of Rocky Mountain Jim in room 428. These aren't just stories. They are documented accounts from staff and skeptical investigators who came to debunk the hotel and left as believers. The Stanley Hotel sits at the intersection of literary legend and physical evidence. Whether it's the cold force of room 217 or the phantom music in the hall, the evidence suggests that at 7,500 feet, the veil between our world and the next is dangerously thin. If you have a hunger for the strange, dark, and mysterious, then you belong here. Before we reach the end, hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. Join our community of seekers so you never miss a descent into the unknown. If this story sent a chill down your spine, smash the like button. It's the only way to keep the shadows at bay. Now, I want you to imagine you're staying in room 217. You wake up in the dead of night to find your shoes perfectly lined up at the foot of your bed, and the sound of a piano begins to echo from the floor below. Do you stay to find out who's tending to your room, or do you leave before the music stops?